Hello everybody, and welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I will be telling you how to install NFL Street Reborn for the Xbox via dev mode. So this only works on Xbox Series consoles, so the Series X and the Series S, and you must have dev mode and Dolphin emulator already installed. Conveniently, I've linked a video in the description detailing how to get dev mode and how to install Dolphin. So check that out if you're a little confused. Now, one thing before we dive straight into it, you need to make sure that you have your Dolphin folder already mapped to your USB. So let me show you how to do that real quick. Okay, so we're on the Xbox now. We have Dolphin already installed, but we don't have any games. But to get the ball rolling, we need to head over to our settings, and then we need to go all the way to Paths. Once you make it over to Paths, make sure that you have your Games folder added. So to do that, all you have to do is hit Add Path and then navigate to your Games folder on your USB drive. I'll throw a picture on the screen so you can kind of get what I'm talking about. And then the thing you have to do after that is make sure that your Dolphin user folder is also set. So to do that, head over to the Set Dolphin User Folder Location button and make sure that you have a folder in there titled Dolphin. If you don't have one, well, you're gonna have to make one. So let's take a look on what your USB drive is supposed to look like before we start the tutorial. Alright, so here's the USB drive that I use for my Xbox. And if we look into the Dolphin folder, we see all these folders, which is the Dolphin user folder. Very important component to Reborn and emulation in general. So if you don't have one of these, the way to fix it is by setting a Dolphin folder. So what you'd have to do is make a folder called Dolphin, eject your USB drive and place it back into the Xbox, go to Dolphin, and head over to the Set Dolphin folder location that we showed earlier. Okay, once that's all good and dandy, we're going to want to head over to NFLStreetReborn.com and begin downloading the dev mode version. So we hit the download now button, or we can hit up here, and once it's ready, you'll see the download Xbox version, and you go ahead and download that. So that will give you this little zip folder here. And for starters, we're going to right click it. I'm going to use 7-zip to unzip it, but you use whatever you prefer. Extract here. Give it a wee bit. Alright. So now you can get rid of this zip, and you'll have a folder called NFL Street Reborn Xbox Dev Mode. Okay, so there's 2 steps over on the computer that you'll have to do, and then a few over on the Xbox. So let's get started with the simplest one, that's patching our game file. Alrighty, so here's the NFL Street Reborn patcher. We're going to open it up, and we are going to select our NFL Street 2 ISO. As a reminder, your file must be NFL Street 2 for the GameCube, and it must be the USA version. It does not matter what type of file it is, but it just has to fit those parameters. Alrighty, so we're going to hit Select NFL Street 2 ISO. I have mine already right here. And we're going to hit Open. So that will begin patching our file, as you can see. And boom, we successfully patched to NFL Street 2. And it's saved over into the Transfer to Xbox folder, which brings us to our second step, which is moving all of these files over to our Xbox USB drive. Alright, so we're going to make a new File Explorer window that is our USB drive to make this whole drag it process easier. So we're going to go to our Dolphin folder within our USB drive. We're going to start the good old moving process. So begin with moving this cache, the game covers folder. We're going to move this GN7E69 .png over into game covers. Alright, there's one down. Then our config, this is very important. We're going to delete everything in here over on the USB side, and we're going to copy all this and paste it in. This will give you the ideal settings to run Reborn. Next, we're going to go to our game settings folder, and it's currently empty. We're going to move over this GN7E69. that INI file, which controls a lot of things in the back end of Reborn. Next, our GC folder, which is our memory card, is what we're going to be doing next. So we're going to delete these. We're going to copy all of these over and move them into here. This whole process is a bunch of dragging and such, but you'll figure it out. Finally, our load folder, we're going to want to open it up here, go to load, go to textures. Load textures on this side as well. And once you find the GN1769 folder, we want to copy it and paste it in here. Give it some time. It's all the textures that you need for Reborn. Once that finishes moving over, we're almost done. All we have to do is now drag our ISO file. So we're going to go back into the Step 2 Transfer to Xbox folder, and then on our USB drive, we're going to head over back to the root of the USB drive, and we're going to go to Games. And as you can see here, once you set up your drive with dev mode, you're going to see all these consoles, right? And NFL Street 2 is for the GameCube. So we're going to find the Nintendo GameCube folder, and we're going to drag these two files over to the Nintendo GameCube folder on our USB drive. So I'm just going to copy and paste them in. Give it some more time. My USB drive is ridiculously slow, but you know, shout out Walmart. Okay, and our files finally moved over. Wow, this USB drive is terrible. Anyways, we're done with everything on the computer side, and all we have to do from here is eject our USB drive and put it back into the Xbox. So I'll see you back on the Xbox. And would you look at that? We have NFL Street Reborn. But to make sure all of our settings are all good, I'm gonna head over into settings, go into graphics, and I'm just gonna scroll through the settings, and you can just pause anytime, but this is what your settings should look like. Alright, so that's all your settings. And the last thing we have to do is head over to our controls. So I'm going to go to controls, and we are going to map some buttons. So an important thing is that your X and your B button are swapped. So we're going to map that, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to B, and you're going to want to hit A to begin the mapping, and you're going to press X on the Xbox controller. Alrighty, and then you want to do the same thing for your B button, or the X one. So we're going to go to where it says X, press A on your controller, and then press B on your Xbox controller. A little bit confusing, but always remember the rule of thumb is X and B have to be swapped. But that should do it, so make sure to hit save. And one thing you want to double check as well is if your memory card is activated. So we're going to go to GameCube, we're going to go to slot A, and we're going to select memory card. Once we know that all of our settings are all good, we're ready to hop into the game. And we are here, NFL Street Reborn for Xbox Dev Mode. So that's going to do it for me. My name is Adam with NFL Street Reborn, and this was how to install NFL Street Reborn for Xbox Dev Mode. As you can see, it's straight up Reborn right here. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.